Hello, everyone. This is Cold Breaks Splash and Go. It is the fifth episode, and it is Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. Today, I wanted to talk about the variable of car repair that is diagnosis. I think one of the biggest obstacles I had to overcome starting out was electrical diagnosis, and because no matter what part of the car you're trying to diagnose or that the customer has complained about, it's always something that's tied to the electronics one way or another. And then I had to learn how each manufacturer did things differently, and I still think that there's unlimited amount of issues that could be caused to or by the electrical systems, and especially on European cars. So it isn't always cut and dry. And I think it's always necessary to kind of think outside the box until you finally get to the bottom of the issue. The more time that you can spend being diligent about diagnosing a car, especially if you have the time to diagnose it, is going to save time in the next car that you diagnose. Those factors are determined by how much time the customer is willing to spend on the car in the diagnosis phase, or the workload that you have that day. Electrical diagnosis can be very time consuming. So if a car isn't completed in one day, that's one more car that has to be completed the next day. And even if the customer isn't in a hurry, you still got to complete the work. The variable of diagnosis is kind of what keeps the job interesting. Sometimes it's easy to figure out just by reading the repair order. Other times something completely new might come up as a failed part, and there's also the possibility of finding some part of the car that's failed that nobody knew anything about. The customer was oblivious. It wasn't really showing any symptoms, but you might be working on a later oil change and find something that was about to fall off the car that would ruin somebody's weekend if they had to get it towed from out of state. So you always gotta pay attention, I guess. Back in episode 4 of Cold Breaks, my guest Cesar Gasiola, he said, when the car comes off the track, just grab a rag and some cleaner and start cleaning the car, because inevitably you will find something that's not right, and it's easy to miss if you aren't paying attention. It is now time for photo of the day, and this one I took at the Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona every year at about 10:30 Saturday night during the race. They set off fireworks, and I planned on being at this location and was fortunate to come away with this photo. At the time, the track was closing this section of the grandstands, but I wasn't going to be denied, so I stayed up there as long as I was allowed to. And this long exposure captures racing through the infield. You can see the headlights and the taillights, and I love the reflection of the lake behind the famous Ferris wheel. And there really isn't much else like Daytona at night, so I recommend experiencing that at least once. But that's all for today. Please click like and subscribe and share this with your friends, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.